What's good, YouTube? It's Ozzy, and today I got a deck profile. I've got Mermails. This is the build with Norden in it, or Norden, whatever. Um, I recently competed in my locals with this. I went in Swiss. I went 3-0-1, and then we split top four. And I don't think I lost any in Swiss, other than the time I tied. So let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. First off, you want to run 3 Abyss. This card gets your plays going, and it searches your pike, which searches everything. You gotta run this at 3 and 2400. It's big booty. Next, I run 2 Megalo. I may cut this up to 3. I feel like 2 is good enough though. I haven't tested with 3, but Megalo, what he does, you tribute 1, he can attack twice. And this card allows you to OTK quite easily because he can attack twice. And with Dweller, he's real big, hard to get over. And next, I run 1 Abyss Lead. A lot of people don't run this card. I feel like it's very good if you use it the right way. But the thing about it, you don't want to see it because this requires 3 discards to summon. Megalo 2 and Abyss Taste only 1. So I like pitching this with Megalo or Abyss Taste to summon it. And then you can always summon it from your deck with or from your grave, or you can just go ahead and summon it off land when she's destroyed. And next we got 3 Abyss Pike. This card gets your Gen X engine going, and it allows you to you discard 1 and add a level 3 water. So you can plus off this card a lot because if you plus like a Dragoons, you add a Serpent, and then you add the level 3, so you go +2 right there. You gotta run 3 him. Next, I run 3 Gunned. This card is very good. It lets you recover because that's one thing this deck doesn't do very well. It doesn't recover very well. And if you have this and a Pike and you have like a Megalo Grave, then you can immediately get that out. And I feel like 3 is good. Next, this is gonna be surprising. I only run 2 Lind. Lind's amazing, I know, but the thing is, you want to utilize her with Abyss Sphere as much as possible because Abyss Sphere, I mean, it can be used like for XYZ plays and stuff, but you want to get the most use out of it by using her. And the more you draw of her, the less you're going to see Sphere. So that's why I used to. And if you just draw it, then you just go ahead and set it, but it's just better Sphere. And I run 1 Abyss Turge. This, if you need to get your Gen X engine going, again, and you have 1 engraved, you already used 1, then you can bring it back out, or you can, bring a land back to hand. It just recycles your stuff. That's it for the Mermails. Next, I run 2 Undying, 2 Controller. I'm going to bump this up to 3 because you have to see this card. This card is absolutely unreal. It lets you get to your big guys. You can send your goons, or you can do a lot of things with this card. And Genesis Control, it's a
Best
great
card
card.
in the deck.
Yeah. Lets you get off synchro plays. Next, 2 Dragoons. You run 2 because it's at 2. If it's at 3, you also run 3. This card, it's unreal. If you use that as a material with Abyss Dweller and you detach, you get to add off of it. So, lets you plus a lot. For the rest of the Atlanteans, 2 Heavy Infantry, 2 Marksmen. I side a third of each. With back row heavy decks, I put this in. Like against Tailors, this card's okay, but it's good against Floodgate stuff. I just feel like Marksman is very good, but Heavy Infantry is very good against Klee. So they're both really good cards. And for the hand traps, 3 Valor. I will be also running 2 Max C in this once I get them, but this is a build I use and it did very well, so I may just keep this. I don't know. Next for the spells, we have 3 Instant Fusion. You draw this card, and you win a lot. If you have a Dragoons engrave, then you can OTK. I drew it like 5 times in that tournament, and I did it about every time. Because either you can go, if you can't go for the OTK, then you can always summon like Nightmare Shark or something like that and stall out. You gotta run 3. 1 Salvage, 1 Regeki, This card over here, a lot of people I see don't run it, and they say that, I mean, it's not very good. But one thing about it, if you have a Megalo in hand, let's say you have two, and you Megalo send two, you just add them right back. And adding cards from your grave to hand is never a bad thing. It's a +1. Soul Charge, Book, that's all for the spells. Considering dropping Soul Charge, I had this in here because I did run Trish, but I'm not running the Trish build anymore. Just because I feel that you have to run Deep Sea Diva for it. I just feel like she's not as viable now, because if she gets Valor to break through, then you have a 200 attack monster sitting out. So, I mean, Soul Charge is okay. Next for the traps, 2 Sphere. I only run 2 along with Land because this card's searchable. And, I mean, seeing it kind of... You don't want to oversee this card. This card is... It's kind of situational. But it's obviously a very good card, but you want to use it for Land. Because if you have 2 lands in grave already and you see these, then I mean it's kind of hard to use this card efficiently. And next, 2 Regeki Break. This card's amazing. Something I realized while I was playing, Gund actually triggers when you discard. So you discard its cost, and then you get Gun's effect, and then you also get Destroy card. So it's really good. And then I run 1 Vanities. I never saw it. I'm sure it would help. Next for the extra deck, for the 3s, Nightmare Shark and Abyss Trot. Nightmare Shark's MVP of the day. This card won me about, I think, 3 or 4 duels. Just because, like, I had Abyss Dweller and Megalo out, and I couldn't OTK because I think they had like 2-3 monsters out, but I took a lot of damage. And then eventually they couldn't do anything because the board was massive. I just summoned this and swung for a game. It's a very good card. A lot of people don't run it. I don't know why. Next for the 4s, Dweller. You gotta run this card. This card not only hurts your opponent, but it helps you. I'd say honestly it helps you more. After the deck rot, I'll show you the combo, but it's just absolutely unreal. Castell, Exton, Honor Arc. Honor Arc is much better in this deck than what I realized, because it's water, and Dragoon's triggers if you detach. So if let's say you have this out and you have a Dragoon's under it, and you gotta detach to avoid destruction, then you get out of Sea Serpent. And then Bahamut Shark. Card's very good. It's kind of situational though. It lets you stall pretty good. And for the big guys, we got Abyss Gaius. This card helps you with the Infernal Wind matchup, because I found that it's kind of hard to get over like the Tondales and Satasmus and stuff. So this is obviously the go-to card in that matchup. Draco Sack, big guy, and I'd say the co-MVP, Red Ice Flare. I think that I single-handedly won the game by this card and Nightmare Shark against a Burning Abyss player. I burned him down to 1,500, and he eventually got over this, but then next turn I just Nightmare Shark. I already had established field. So you gotta run that card. It's very good. For the Synchros, Black Rose. Black Rose is so good because if your opponent has an established field, you can get rid of it. You can summon this, get rid of it, and then you just go off from there, because you special summon a lot. So let's say you have like a Pike, and then you normal summon a controller. You go into this, and then you can go Megalo or anything. Very good card. Finally, 1 Leo. That's all for Synchros, but I'm gonna find room for a Gungnir, just because I feel that card's very versatile and gets you out of a lot of bad situations. Next, for the boss card, double Norden. This card's unreal. You plus off of it, absolutely unreal. But anyway, let me show you the combo. First off, all you need is let's say you have an Instant Fusion, an Undine, and let's say a Megalo. This is probably the easiest way. Alright, let's say that, and plus you got 2 other cards in your hand. Let's say that your opponent goes first and they have a face-up monster and set card. So, summon Undine. Undine's effect will activate. Send a monster. We'll send your goons. And then add the controller, which doesn't matter. And Dragoon's effect will add a Sea Serpent. So what you do, you'd add one of the Atlanteans, Heavy Infantry, which take it. And right now, you have this in your hand. So next, you want to Instant Fusion, summon Norden. Norden's effect activates, summon Dragoons. Then you overlay into, let me find it, into Abyss Dweller. And then you can go ahead and activate Dweller's effect, detach Dragoons, Dragoon's effect will activate, and it will add you the Marksman. Add the Marksman. So then what you want to do, you can go ahead, detach both, summon Megalo. Megalo, you get to add the sphere, but it doesn't matter. And something about Abyss Dweller I forgot to mention. If there's a water as material, you gain all water gain 500. So right now, 22, 17, and 29. So you're going to go ahead and activate Megalo's effect. Tribute the Undyne. He can now attack twice. And that's 8,000 exactly. So it's 29 and 29 and 22. That's 8k. And if you don't want to go into Abyss Dweller, then you could always go and say like you Instant Fusion, bring out a Dragoons, and then you can always go into a Bahamut Shark, activate Bahamut Shark's effect, detach, you get the plus off Dragoons, and then you get to summon Abyss Strike. If you look at her, like, I mean, she got 2,800 defense, and she special summons one when she's destroyed, so, I mean, card's unreal. If I had to say one thing about the deck, I would say that it's much more consistent than what people think. I don't think I may have just got lucky or something, but I didn't brick hardly any. I drew quite well, yeah. I didn't draw amazing any, but I think with Instant Fusion back, this deck is certainly competitive. Before, I mean, it was like a small, like a rogue deck, but now I just feel like it can compete with the mana, not like consistently, of course. It's not going to beat Necros 9 out of 10 times. I mean, you can beat it in a match, obviously. This is a very skillful deck to play. If you're looking for a non-helmet deck and something that's a high skill level, this is definitely it. And for the side, I decided like the mirrors and just generic stuff like that. And that's about it. So comment below if you want to see one of these deck profiles. And I'm signing out. Peace.